Thank you for tuning into our channel. Please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe and turn notifications on so that you don't miss any of our latest videos. It was a dark and stormy night. Rain lashed against the bedroom window and thunder cracked, rattling the old house like it was an earthquake. Daniel woke with a start. Had he dreamed that, or was someone out there? He listened intently. Was that a knock at the door? Footsteps outside the window? Someone was definitely out there. He switched on the bedside lamp and got out of bed to investigate. As he moved, something caught his eye, or rather two things. Two eyes were staring back at him from the drain in the corner of the room. At first, he thought they were reflections. The eyes were yellow and reptilian, and they seemed to bore into his very being. He could feel their intense gaze even from where he stood. Cautiously, he crept closer to the drain, half expecting to see a snake peering back at him. But when he peered into the dark opening, he saw nothing. Still, the eyes were there, staring at him with cold, unblinking stares. As he watched, one of the eyes blinked. Slowly, very slowly, a long, slimy tongue flicked out and touched the tip of its nose. Then it disappeared. The man stumbled back, knocking over the lamp. It hit the floor with a crash, sending shards of glass flying everywhere. The eyes in the drain did not flinch. They just kept on staring. Daniel didn't know what to do. He wanted to scream, but his voice was stuck in his throat. He wanted to run, but his legs felt like they were filled with lead. Fear turned to panic as he watched the eyes watching him. He had to do something. He grabbed a broom from the corner and crept toward the drain again. As he did, the eyes blinked again, and the forked tongue flicked out to taste the air. The man swung the broom into the drain, hitting something solid. Something hissed and spat, and then it was quiet. The eyes were still there, though. They seemed to be mocking him. Carefully, he reached into the drain. His fingers closed around something wet and scaly. With a grunt of effort, he pulled it out. The rain outside suddenly seemed less fierce, the thunder less deafening. In the pale light of the bedroom, Daniel saw that he had grabbed a garden hose. Relief flooded him. It had been the reflection in the metal pipe, just a trick of the light. He threw the hose onto the bed and sank into a chair, his heart still pounding in his chest. It had been a close call. He was about to call the police when he heard a noise. It was a low hiss, like air escaping from a punctured tire. Then he heard something else, a scraping sound like fingernails on a chalkboard. He looked back at the drain and his blood ran cold. One of the eyes was gone. In its place was a gaping hole. The man screamed, scrambling away from the drain. He could feel the eyes boring into him. But now there was something new, something sinister and evil, something that wanted to get out. He tried to get away, but it was too late. Something slithered out of the hole in the drain. It was long and slimy like a giant snake, only it wasn't a snake. It was covered in scales, its skin a sickly green. It had no legs, but it moved with an uncanny grace, slithering toward him on its belly. And then he saw the eyes. Where the other eye should have been, there was only a black, empty socket. The creature reared up on its hind end, its remaining eye fixed on the man. It opened its mouth in a silent scream, revealing rows and rows of sharp, pointed teeth. In that moment, Daniel knew he was going to die. This was the end. This was where his life would end. And as the creature lunged, he closed his eyes, waiting for the pain to begin, but it never came. When he opened his eyes again, the creature was gone. The only sound was the rain and the thunder. He was alone. Cautiously, he got up and walked to the drain. The hole was still there, but there was no sign of the creature. He peered inside, but it was too dark to see anything. Suddenly, he felt something wet and slimy wrap around his ankle. He screamed and jumped back, knocking over the chair. But when he looked down, he saw that it was only a garden hose. He had been so scared, so sure that he was going to die. And yet here he was, alive, sitting in a puddle on the floor, shaking. He got up and went to the window. Outside, the storm was still raging, but in the distance. He could see the first faint rays of sunlight peeking through the clouds. Maybe it was the shock, he thought, or maybe he really had seen a monster. Either way, he knew one thing. He never wanted to see those eyes in the drain ever again. Did you like this story? Tell us in the comments below. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Subscribe and turn notifications on so that you don't miss any of our latest videos. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.